Hey everyone, welcome to the breakout session Networking on LinkedIn, Handshake, and online platforms, hosted by my favorite recruiter, Way from Bentley. I'll be introducing her shortly, but first wanted to share a few reminders. Please utilize the chat to have conversations and share your thoughts during the session. Please keep your messages relevant to the topic of the session, and note that the presenters and speakers can see the chat. Our team will be monitoring the chat, and questions may be answered live during this session. Following the session, we ask that you complete the brief feedback survey. Your feedback is very important to us. With the reminders out of the way, I'd like to introduce you to my favorite Bentley recruiter ever, Way. Welcome to the stage. So excited to learn from you about LinkedIn and everything else.
First of all, I do see a lot of attendees who attended some of the ICP ones. I see you, Maya, Agnes, goodness. We actually just met during screening. Nathan. So I see a bunch of familiar faces. The first thing I wanted to share with you all is, the comment I always get is I'm very personable. So I really appreciate just being one of the more outgoing and flexible recruiters. I Funny backstory is I'm currently a grad student at University of Pennsylvania. I'm studying in under the umbrella of higher education, but my focus is in information technology and computing and information technology. So my Tuesday class, funny enough, is a Python and SQL class, and after this one, we're now implementing C++. Um, Not my best tech stack, but wish me luck. And then we're doing some data analytics on my Monday class. Yay, I see hearts. Good job. So first things first is I want to share a blurb about Bentley Systems and also for you guys to submit your application to. I already see a few of you. So if you already applied to Bentley Systems, ignore. Just know that a few of you will move forward onto the technical interview side. Let me just share the link. Hey, someone said that I'm an NCIT grad. Oh, Alina, did you attend in person before we go into the LinkedIn? MCIT grad at UPenn. Online? Oh, you should have came in person. So I'm actually located in our Philadelphia, Pennsylvania office today. And it's just literally a subway line, a 2-minute subway line to just go right back onto Penn campus, which I wish you came in person. My classes are virtual this time. Yes. So for our roles for 2025 grads, we have our software engineering internship, but we also, this is within the same application, depending on your degree conferment, we consider you for the graduate development program. It's our full-time permanent position for recent grads to join a rotation program. Someone said, same, the LinkedIn network. Oh, give me 1 second. Wrong thing before I get my own self in trouble. Let me get the link real quick. But you guys will be considered for both internship and full-time, depending on your degree conferment. So if you are graduating May 2025, you would be joining the rotation program mid-July. If you graduate this December 2024, you would join our rotation program mid-January. Give me 1 second. I just see a bunch of applications. I'm getting the link now. Goodness, if you dare tease me in the call today, we'll talk later. All right, I put the link. Thank you, Louise. As some of you guys know, some of our grads on rotation, so associate software engineers, they will be in chat too, because I sent them the link. Let's answer chat later. So let's start with what I would love to teach you guys today is pass you my tips and tricks for engaging with employers through LinkedIn, Handshake, or any online platforms. And I'm going to be real genuine with you guys today. So I'm going to not only use my knowledge from my current grad experience at Penn, but as an employer, as a recruiter at Bentley Systems as well. So, all right. So I have two links today. So I'm going to provide you guys the reading, and then I'll read some with you, and then we're gonna do a live demonstration of how you would send a message through LinkedIn. So my first one is through Medium. It's called How to Approach a Recruiter or Literally Anyone on LinkedIn with Templates. So, what is a good way to approach people on LinkedIn? Where we all have asked ourselves the question. Here, you find a clear idea on what not to do, what yes to do with real examples, and a couple of templates. So, as you're scrolling through this, you'll see some images, but what do these messages have in common? Why do you think, or why do I think they're great approaches? So, pillars, they aren't personal. Not only is it clear copy and paste, but some messages clearly show they haven't even looked at your profile beforehand. They're all about me, 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 me. So I need this, I want that, or I have this. They're demanding right away. So what I mean here is that they are sending long messages or confusing messages. They have a dead end. So there's nothing else they can easily add to their message, and that makes me reactively reply, no questions, no nothing. They feel inappropriate. So it can be a cultural differences, it can be overthinking still. Um, it can feel just inappropriate sometimes. So, having those in mind, I suggest five things to do when you approach someone on LinkedIn. And the five things are basically opposite of what I just listed. These suggestions are based on our relational approach to business. Regardless of the outcome, we're building relations. The relational approach works for everyone. This is the same as how people engage during, just a screening call or an interview. It's always recommended to be conversational. Lastly, these five things aren't a must. You don't have to do all of them at once. You don't even need to do any of them. You will get replies regardless of your approach. That's why we still see so many transactional recruiting agencies out there. So, the five pillars: make it personal, make it about them, make it concise and clear, end with a call to action, and be appropriate. So, let's dig in. Make it personal. Look at their profile. It would take you about 10 seconds to look at someone's LinkedIn profile, Handshake profile, Indeed profile. At least try to understand their current employment situation, where they're working, and what they're focused on. So, when approaching recruiters, usually it's easy to find the types of jobs they're hiring for. So for myself, I'm an early career program specialist here at Bentley Systems. I oversee our internship program and our rotation program. So if you're coming to me and asking me about a sales development representative role, I mean, of course, I will still help you guys. Hello, you met me through CodePath, but realistically, you shouldn't talk to me about a sales development role. I manage and oversee our internship program. I have more oversight with that knowledge. So the first thing, it's always nice to add something, a personal touch to your message too. So, like for me, I'm doing some things in Quebec, so I do utilize French Canadian, or I have done some hiring in Brazil. So there's a little bit of Portuguese there. So I'll say like "Oi, hola, bom dia," all of that. So it's really nice to get a personal touch with your messages because you can connect with them and you want to connect with people. You want to build that connection and rapport. Especially as you guys have known. Oh, Jiwon is here. And Jay Jung. Jay, it's nice to meet you here. Um, but again, going back to how you message people, you want to build that rapport and connection with them because that's going to allow them to remember you. And of course, if any value is being exchanged, they can speak up or back you up. See Naren here too. Naren is actually our associate software engineer at Bentley Systems in the rotation program. He actually volunteers to mentor people, and he actually mentored Jay, who is from CodePath here today. Awesome. So make it about them. That's my next tip. So use the word you, yours, or yours. My example here is you want to connect with them. So it could be something that they've done that is on LinkedIn. A lot of people, regardless of nationality or ethnicity, they have done something for the community. For me, I really love the Philadelphia Ovarian Cancer Walk. A lot of my best friend's mother died of ovarian cancer, so I always contributed to the walk. There's one over the weekend. Or it could be something as small as, a first generation student club. You don't need to be first generation, but you're an advocate, you're a supporter. So you maybe wonder about that. So the reason why I brought that up, because if someone is, say, part of NESB or a first generation club, don't auto assume that it's because, you know, they're affiliated through whatever circumstance. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. You want to engage with them in a sense of, I see that you're affiliated with NESB or SWE First Generation Student Club. Um, that's something that inspires me as a, first generation incoming first gen software developer for my family, representing my family or something along those lines. And we'll create a message together, but you do want to relate to the person you're talking to. And again, it doesn't need to be the recruiter. It could simply be that director, the manager, that person that you just found on LinkedIn and you're like, I connect with them. Because you connect with people differently on a virtual platform. Because it's just like, unfortunately, like a dating application. You connected with that person. And we connect with people differently. All right. The next point or clause is make it concise and clear. Your first initial message to that person should not be more than 3 to 5 sentences. It should be a quick snapshot of yourself, about them, and why you're engaging with them. So we're gonna work on that message together, but it should be like, "Hi, Jane. My name is Wei. I'm a senior at University of Pennsylvania. I see that you volunteer at so and so food drive. I would really like to get to know you more. And I see, let's connect. Um, have a clear call to action. That's the last point here. So a CDA, which is a call to action, is something that will always make them reply to you. The most well-known CTA is in the network world is a question. So ask one clear, simple question, something they can answer right away and connect with you. So the example is from Gabriela. She said, I found your profile while researching tech recruiters in Ottawa. I wanted to find out your source of candidates abroad, or is this just locally? This is a fantastic question because, as you guys heard from me, I oversee the internship program across Canada, US, and Brazil. Be appropriate. So, whatever this means to them. So, this can be very subjective and sensitive, but it has to be considered. Just because you don't mind getting a certain type of message doesn't mean that everyone thinks like you. And this goes right back to when I said you see them volunteering or they're affiliated with certain social groups or affiliations out there. You don't want to assume that is based upon their nationality or an ethnicity. You want to base it on good intent because that person is affiliated with NSBs because they care about diversity. They want to have more people from various backgrounds break through in engineering. So, oh, I see Binla. We always message. Why? Why is so cool? Thank you so much, Ben. Um, I just talked with Ben, and Ben, I didn't know you were a part of CodePath, but Ben is actually a student at Drexel, so feel free to connect with Ben. Um, what was I saying? Retrace my thoughts. You want to be appropriate. You want to be kind of like that little very demure quote, very mindful, very approachable, very demure. You want to approach your message in a way that it's with positive intent, but you're genuine, you're real about it. All right. So I gave you this reading. I also want to give you this reading on LinkedIn directly. So it's the similar stance, but it comes with like more direct messages. So I'm going to drop that in the chat below. Since I see that more people are coming in, I did want to attach the link to apply. Again, if you're looking for a full-time entry-level rotation program or 2025 software engineering internship, I will paste the link below. However, just keep in mind that if you're interested in product management, cybersecurity, uh, I think there was another focus area. Um, Feel free to message me directly on LinkedIn or someone from the search and screen committee. So some of you guys saw Naren. Naren's on the search and screen committee here. Jiwon, she's a CodePath ICP alumna, and she's part of the search and screen committee. Just let them know your interest is particular in cybersecurity or product management, and so we'll have a different type of conversation with you. Because I recently went to Temple University's career fair, and we're not expecting product management interns or cybersecurity interns to be able to full on code. So just a heads up there. I did drop the link. So now let's do a live message. So is there anyone in chat who would like me to talk to someone? It could be Microsoft, because Microsoft is here today. It could be Google. What do you guys write in chat right now? Who do you want me to talk to? Well, I graduated from Temple University this May. Jimmy, did you come to the career fair on Friday? I was at the CST fair with my manager, Lisa, and we had some grads come. Duolingo. Okay, Pinterest, Microsoft. Let's do Pinterest. Okay, let's give it 3 more seconds. JP Morgan. Talk to wherever I can get a job. Creole, you're so funny. All right, it seems like it's Microsoft, Netflix. Oh, Netflix, nice. Okay, let's do Duolingo. So let's search into Duolingo. Depending on the type of role you want to look for someone that's similar in it. Maybe Duolingo, it could be early careers. Let's just do that. Unless you want to talk to like a current software developer, and then you want to go to people. Sometimes if you notice university recruiters, they have so many different names. It could be campus recruiter, university recruiter, future talent, emerging talent, which is something CodePath uses, emerging talent. So I like it. It could be early careers, a whole bunch of things. So sometimes you'll find something like this, global head of talent. I don't see that there's like someone that's more early careers, someone, hiring for internships. I didn't know that's right now. Okay, so we still want to keep going. For people, keep on scrolling. So as you see, we don't see anyone. Senior director, graduate outcomes. So you can do university recruiter. Let's do that. I hope you guys like that I'm doing it live and on the fly with you guys. Look at that. We found a university recruiter at Duolingo. Let's check the other people that are there. So there's Michelle Alvarez, Jalen Jones, Carissa. Oh, and she has premium. Keep that in mind. Premium LinkedIn right there. So, and then this person's around greater Pittsburgh area. Duolingo is there. We love live and on the fly. I like this person. Kelsey, senior manager, you're amazing too. This is such important work. Thank you. Let's go to Carissa Constable. She has premium. And you could do connect or message. Message is because they have LinkedIn premium, but I'm just going to go ahead and click connect. And I am going to add a note. So, oh, I already messed up. Did you guys notice that? I messed up already. So I didn't look at Carissa's profile. I want to look at her profile. Let's see if she's done anything. Oh, her pronouns issue. Yep. Let's see if she's done anything that I could relate to or that I'm passionate about. So BA in profile, recommendations. Oh, look, Tesla. Let's use that as an example. I love Tesla. Um, I always am really happy when I can get into one when I take an Uber home. So let's add one there. So let's add note. Say, hi, Carissa. My name is Wei, and I'm a current grad student at UPenn. I saw that you received a recommendation from a colleague. Oop, I messed up. Let's control A, control C, because I forgot if that person that gave them a recommendation, oh, they were on different teams. So she was at Tesla at one point. Okay, add a note. Control V from a prior colleague when you were at Tesla. I am passionate. Nope. Let's give her the zinger. I want to do something. I want to impact the world through sustainable. Ooh, I don't get that much messages too. Through technology. Ooh, that's still too much. All right. So let's see where we can cut. So now we said hi, Carissa. Let's go and do this. Maybe we don't do the spaces. Hi, Carissa. I know you guys are judging me. Go ahead. Hi, Carissa. My name is Pam. I'm a current grad student at UPenn. I saw that you received. Oh, let's shorten up this area. I see that you received a recommendation from a colleague. Let's just cut prior out. There, we'll do that. And you hit send. That took me a minute, so I do apologize, but they do have premium and sent my connection through. So how did you guys like that? Live on the fly, I was able to retract that I made mistakes. Very demure work. I love it, Dassery. Maybe she never worked at Tesla. Oh, nope, she definitely did. It says it right here. So Lance worked with Carissa, but on different teams. I sure did send it, Kelsey. I'm a grad student at UPenn, so why not use it? Very mindful, very demure. This is smart. Awesome. Did you guys want another example, or you want to start talking about our internships and or our rotation program? Love the heart. Another example. Okay, you want another example? Okay. Pick a company. It can't be automotive or language. Netflix. See Netflix, Pinterest. Oh, you guys love Pinterest. You know what? Let's do a Pinterest. Pinterest. Let's do Campus Recruiter this time. Actually, well, let's try it. Meta, Amazon. Just a heads up with resume templates, if you're targeting the big four, please look up resume templates for that organization, because some organizations actually do prefer that your resume looks a certain way. Bentley, I love it, Bentley Systems. If it's Bentley Systems, you guys can just message me or someone in the search and screen committee. So there's a bunch of us here today, or just message myself. Just a heads up, if you guys fumble or feel like you didn't do a good job on the OA through Codility, let me know, and I will most likely let you take the OA again. It is language agnostic. All right. Oh, look, Lindsay. She's in Philadelphia. I'm in Philadelphia, and she's a campus recruiter. Let's look at what she's doing. She is currently not at Pinterest. Did we not hit the mark with the whole Pinterest thing? I see a SWE University recruiter, Gabrielle Zuccaro, and she is a live university recruiter at Pinterest. And she said, LinkedIn helped me get this job. Hey, there's some funny details already. I don't know how to pronounce that university, so I'm just going to avoid. And I don't see much. So this tells me that Gabrielle does not use LinkedIn, but we're still going to connect with her and ask her, because you can see that 6 days ago she posted Pinterest on CodePath. So that means she's here. Make sure you guys see her. But let's go ahead and connect with her, and then let's add a new note. But before we add a new note, let's see how we want to engage with her. Because she hasn't had much on her LinkedIn profile, and we don't see that there's referrals or anything, what we'll do is we'll utilize the fact that she's at CodePath. So what we're going to say is connect with Gabrielle. We're going to add a note. and say, hello, Gabrielle. My name is Wei, and I'm a student at UPenn. I'm here. Oh, I'm so happy to attend the CodePath EES Summit as it is EES, right? Before I look bad. CodePath, okay, EES 2024. And let's be fun. Be a little fun. Pinterest is all about creativity, originality. So let's hashtag it. Um, I and let's be creative. Let's pretend we didn't meet her. I wasn't able to connect with you, and I didn't. I Let's think of this as developers now. So if you're a developer, what would you say? Oh, actually, we can do this. Pinterest um, development intern tech stack. Because we want to know what Pinterest could maybe like in terms of a tech stack. So let's spy on them. So here we found the position, the software engineer intern 2025. So just like us, let's see. Well, you'll do ownership. So they utilize a similar template to Bentley system, so very generic, which means they're looking for you guys to have a diverse interest and skill set. Um, Aptitude for JavaScript, CSS, so web development, and Go. Ooh. So you could point out these. I like to take it exactly what it is for, especially if you're interested in it. So I'm not the best front end developer, so I'm gonna do Python and Go because that's my strength. Hey, I'm teaching you guys exactly how I would message. I am I am currently taking a Python and SQL course and have been utilizing Go on a project. So you guys see how that works? Right on the live, I looked them up. So not only did I just looked up what Gabrielle was doing, but I also looked up the role, who actually understands the college experience. Uh, of course. I'm currently a grad student and I like to share all my tips. So, hello, Gabrielle. My name is Wei, and I'm a grad student at UPenn. I'm so happy to attend the CodePath hashtag. Remember, creativity. Pinterest loves that. ES 2024. I'm currently taking a Python and SQL course because I am, and have been utilizing Go on a project. Smile face. Just hit send. Short, to the point, concise. I stayed within the confinement of the characters I can use, and I sent my connection. Even though she most likely would say, I know you attended as an employer, she'll understand. And Pinterest is a great company too. All right, so we did the second example. I'm really loving it. How amazing Way is. Thanks for doing this for us. Of course, as you guys can see, you want to really find something to connect with them or connect with something they could be overseeing. As you saw, she was a university recruiter, so I pulled up the role that they're looking for. And then the prior person, I looked at something that they were doing. And I use a little bit of Gabrielle, like Gabrielle was here today. Yes, I am definitely teaching the game. Now let's talk about Bentley Systems. I'm reading the chat now, but Bentley Systems is currently recruiting for 2025 software engineering interns. You would be based in the US. I know that CodePath has opened up the program. So if you're located in EMEA, so in our EU region, or in APAC, say in Pune, India, it's okay. What will happen is I'll forward your application to an equivalent colleague of myself who's overseeing our European region and our Asia region. So a heads up there. I'm very collaborative. Actually, my European colleague, she's actually setting out the OA for me. So any full-time roles for 2025 new grad? Yes. So the same application link, depending on your degree conferment, I will consider you for our entry level rotation program. We call it the graduate development program, but it's for recent grads to rotate up on a team. So you can rotate up to 4 teams every 6 months. What will happen is you'll passively or actively participate in team presentations. We had 25 in our program and 34 mentors presented to them. They'll do something like what role they play at Bentley Systems, tech stacks and language they utilize, current grads on rotation, who graduated on their team, where their team are located, what role they play at Bentley Systems. And so you'll see these presentations, you'll ask them questions too, but you'll select one, two, three, four, five, one being your top priority. Say if you are joining the rotation program, though, don't put a one on top of a peer that is on fourth or third rotation because you probably won't get the rotation. But what I'm saying to you though is that you have choice and say on the team you rotate onto and the team you graduate onto. So I like our rotation program. However, if you're looking for just general full-time roles, I don't specifically oversee that, but I'm gonna drop our careers page down in the chat below for you guys. We have so many roles, data science, software engineering, product management. So I'm gonna drop that. Just to confirm, new grads can apply through the internship link. Yes, because I will see and view your degree conferment date. So like if you say like May 2025 or like December 2024, I know you will be a candidate for our rotation program. Super interested in GDPR and I want to do tech. Also, for our internship program, we do something a little bit different for our internship program. So once you submit your application and you take the OA, again, if you fumble or you feel like didn't do so good, just let me know. I'll let you retake it. But once you get to the screening portion, we do assess your current skill set, whether that's on a holistic level, personal, professional, academic, but we do look at your interests. So just because your current skill set is saying, like myself, C sharp, TypeScript, Python, but you want to be exposed to mobile development, doing Java and Spring Boot, mention that during the screening time. So we do not just look at your current holistic skill set, we look at what you're interested in because your technical interview will be a team that most likely align with your current skill set and your interests. How to proceed and utilize the opportunity to fullest after the recruiters accept your connection request. I love that. So follow up. So when that person accepts your connection request, what happens is, does someone want to connect with me now on LinkedIn and I'll show you? Oh, I have 26 connections. Ooh, let's do Anthony Ramirez. Accept. So what happens now is since I accepted Anthony, why didn't his message pop up? Did I mess up? Let me go back to LinkedIn. Give me 1 second. Oh, I had too many tabs up. So Anthony, right here, once you set them, make sure you only have one tab up of LinkedIn. Clearly I messed up there. But Ramira said, hello, I had a great time attending your event at ES and applied to the software development internship. I look forward to connecting with you. Of course, we got to use our generative AI responses. Um, and then just always be kind. Always respond to your LinkedIn messages. Find an hour in your day to do so, especially if it's something that you want. Again, professional development, you have to embed it in your life somewhere. So I will say, hi, Anthony. Myself or someone in the search and screen committee. Oops. One thing I recommend you guys do, I don't know if you see this, but this is a Grammarly extension. If you use Google Chrome, I recommend you guys use it too. Will send you an email to take and assessment, online assessment through Codility. Now, you always want to add some form of culture, regardless of the role you play. So I will say this. Get ready, you guys. It's language agnostic. I know I probably messed up. Um, select the language you feel most comfortable in, and it's fine. Let me know if you need to take the assessment again. Awesome. All right. Suppose your only response was excellent. What is required of Anthony? If that person sent a one-worded response, I would keep your same message to 100 to 200 characters and message them once a week. So that's something even I recommend or I had done myself is when someone is not responsive and I know that they're in a very busy time frame, I will message them once a week, but with something new. So I don't say the same exact thing. So I don't say, hey, I'm reaching out because I fumbled on the online assessment. I would say, hi, Wei, I know you're busy, but I would like to take the online assessment again. This will be my second try. Even though my first message was, um, I'd like to take the online assessment again. I always change the verbiage up so they know that I'm customizing how I'm engaging with them. So one shows effort, and two, that you're giving initiative and you want to be offered that opportunity. My graduation date is flexible between December 2024 and June 2025. Do you have a recommendation for which grad date to apply with? So I love this question. This is my favorite question for candidates and their resumes. I always put it out to what you feel you would like to graduate onto. So some people, although they can graduate early, they know inside their heart that the organization or themselves would prefer that they graduate June 2025. So you would use June 2025. If you have more information where you can identify, what's the preference of graduation and then combine it to your realistic expectation of when you graduate, that's the date you want to use. So for me, I'm graduating May 2025 at UPenn. That's the date I'm going to use, May 2025. But say that I'm in your circumstance and you may be potentially pursuing a master's degree, which is why I see the year difference, because you could be going through like a 5-year program, getting your master's early. I would actually put December 2024 if you know that that's when your undergrad degree is going to be conferred, and you know that June 2025 your master's degree is going to be conferred. So it really depends on the circumstance and situation, which is why you want 2 resumes. Sometimes 3, because you got to think about the target roles that you want. So if I'm not sure, is it okay just to put the year I intend to graduate? I would put month and year. Thank you so much for the session, Ray. I really appreciate it. Okay. Any other questions? Keep them coming. Let's give up the time up until like 3:15 or 3:20. Can I apply for both January and mid-July start date? Yes, Rohan. So Bentley system is pretty flexible. We actually have someone that's currently hourly and not salaried in the rotation program, and that's because the degree is going to be conferred at a later date. The rotation, whoa, there's so many questions. There are questions in the Q&A. Do we have to pass the OA 100%? This is a great question. What is the biggest mistake you've seen on resumes, and then how much percentage? So the benchmark Bentley system is looking for is efficiency. So I wish I could share a screen and show you how I look at a Codility assessment. Unfortunately, that would land me in trouble. But what I can see on the back end, and I'll be fully transparent with you, is how you're going about your code structure string. What I want to see is that you have put in thought to your coding. You can tab off and this is something you want to know, insider information too, you can tab off and use Google to search something to clarify. But I do not want to see you copy and pasting. I don't want to see you looking up the answer because Codility or our assessment platform will flag me and tell me that you looked up the answer. And therefore, it would prompt me to not to give you the red flag. So don't do that one. But it is fine for you to tab off to look something up. Um,
All right, guess
mhm,
what? I have lots of
yes,
questions for you.
yes, you do. I'm
Can I read
answering
them out
them.
to you?
Yes, you definitely can.
Awesome. When will applications for grad development open?
They're open right now.
Woohoo! All right. What do I
Fun
do when
fun
I
thing I want to share though, as of this past summer, 90% of our interns um, converted into our graduate development program. What that means though is that we seldomly need to do external hires, but when we did, they were from CodePath specifically. G1 is here today. Julio, you're here today. But that's what I love about family systems is that we really do show culture, and I hope that you see that in my tone of voice and how I engage with you guys today. But I'm ready for next question.
All right. What do I do when I never get responses from recruiters on LinkedIn, even after following instructions from CodePath?
Don't be disheartened. So one of the things that comes up is that you know the market is in a stage where most of you guys going into application have come from that COVID time, 2020. Right now it's 2024. So what you have to do is you have to try to stand out and be consistent in how you're engaging with people. Yes, you're not getting the responses that you are getting, so you want to try something new, strategize around it. Maybe it's meeting that person through LinkedIn. Maybe it's doing joining their coffee chats, their virtual chats, and let them see. You know, there's been a few co-pathers, not to put a name, Goodson, but they got rejected prior years. And look at them now. They're heading right into the technical interview, prepared to, if I can be more informal, they're prepared to battle it out in the technical interview. You know, they have more confidence. So just because you're getting rejected doesn't mean anything. You're getting your biggest growth and opportunity right now. You're not going to grow as far as you are without this rejection stage. You learn how to engage with people. You learn what it means to build that fight response in yourself to make sure that when you're engaging with someone, you know exactly what you want from it and that you're going for it because you're talking to other people. I recently met Jay. Jay, are you still around? Jay is from CodePath and a current student and working at Viavi. When I met Jay, he was like, I'm nervous. Like, and I met him in person. I was like, you know, drink boba. Yep, Jay said, I'm here. Jay was a total nervous wreck from CodePath, but he was like, I want to be able to do something like this because, um, you know, I really want that person to know I want to join their company because of their mission and values. Um, so just because you get rejected, know that that's the biggest growth an opportunity you ever have in your entire life. I always think back to my internship days and I learned the most there. I met my best friends through that. I can now go back and help those who are going through internships. As you can see, I'm an early career program specialist. And as you guys have just engaged with me today, I operate a little bit different because I've been there.
And everybody gets nervous, don't they?
Yes. Next question.
All right.
Go, Josie.
When reaching out to someone for the first time, how do you balance making the message personal and keeping it concise?
Okay, awesome. So quick question, because I know this is going to come up too. Does Bentley System have data science or machine learning roles? Yes. We have an initiative with generative AI being in place. So AI is implemented in all our software development teams, and you're on a real life project. Um, and data science, you'll actually see some data scientist roles on our general careers page. I did want to go back to the message of being consistent and concise. Um, so Josie, I guess my tip there is to find something new to talk about and then have it correlate right back to the wants that you have behind there. So my tip is like the OA. If you're sending me an email and saying you want to take it again, there's like 3,000 applications. I think actually we just hit 4,500 as of this morning. Just know that I will get to it, but try to be fun with it. Always show how you are and be genuine to yourself and how you want to engage with others. You can say, the first time you said, "Hey, or hi, Wei, I didn't do a great job on the online assessment, or I didn't feel too confident, but I'd like to have another chance at it." Your next message could be, fun follow-up. I've been practicing on lead codes. I wasn't confident when I took the initial assessment, but I'd love to take it again if given the opportunity. So it's very short, concise, but it shows you've done either some work, you're taking initiative, you're taking leadership and accountability for your own actions, and you're coming back better. And by the time I see that message, I would be like, wow, send them the new OA. And again, just because you failed this year does not mean you will fail again next year. We have some people right in our chat that I've seen last year who was like, I met them in screening. Don't want to get emotional, but they're like, I did not do great last year. And I was like, I remembered you from last year. And now they're right on target to go into technical interviews. Thank you for setting office locations. I would say our target office location is Exton, PA, which is our headquarters. Philadelphia, PA. Pittsburgh is closed as of September. Huntsville, Alabama is a yes, and it's actually Thomaston, Connecticut. We do have other offices like Madison, Wisconsin, San Diego, California. But I would say these offices are focus areas, but you don't have to relocate. You can do a fully remote internship. We can fully support that capacity. But if you're interested in any of these four locations, what we'll do is on a case by case basis, we'll consider you for like relocation. Funny enough, we didn't offer that in previous years, but we did. Lisa and I, my manager, did a projection to help interns who want to be in office be able to get an experience like that. Josie, I hope I answered that question and answered some side ones. I'm ready for the next one.
You did. What is the deadline for the internship program?
Do not hate me for this, you guys, but I have to be real. You want to submit your application as early as possible. Who cares if you have some weird thing bolded on your resume? You want your application through the door and as best as you can. Don't spend more than 30 minutes on your resume or changing it. Get your applications as early as possible. But for Bentley Systems specifically, we went up, our application went up as August 30th, but CodePath ICP was our first group of people we targeted. Um, I would say I want to go through our timeline real quick. So what happens is after the date of your application, because we do it on a rolling basis, you'll have up to 2 weeks to take the OA. Again, think about the time you fumble or whatever the case may be. But I'll need an additional 2 weeks, and that's to do a screening with you. And then I need an additional 2 weeks for you to go on to your technical interview because I have to reach back out to the team. After your technical interview, that could be your final one. But sometimes multiple teams want you, and you'll have follow-up 30-minute conversations that are more funner because you can show your skill set. They'll show you what their expectation is. If it's a good fit for both of you, then verbal offer. Um, but verbal offer will go up to 2 weeks. So given all those time frames, 2 months is our latest. I would say the sweet spot with internship offers is about 2.5 as of right now. Oh, let's give you a little culture. So we would like to have verbal and official offer letters out third week of November. So it's Thanksgiving week here in the US. That's why, tied in within culture. And then our next spot to have official and verbal offers out would be you know, end of March, third week of March. So we have 2 cycles that we'll go through. So just because you didn't do so great in the fall, you can try again in the spring. I will not dock you for trying in the fall if you want to try again in the spring. Just a heads up. All right, go ahead, Josie.
How do we make our resume stand out for the rotational program?
I would say think about your target roles. If your target job or application process, I'm gonna step back a little bit, is rotation programs. Then you wanna design your resume to showcase diverse coursework, diverse experience, whether that's project experience or tech stack or language experience. You want to give a diverse portfolio so then when you're going for rotation programs, those employers or people are looking for you to have like diverse interests and diverse skill set because you have that and you want to be able to try it out in different teams. So if it's rotation program, you want to have diverse skill sets, um, diverse, affiliations, anything of that sort. If it's something targeted, so say you're targeting data scientist roles, and say you're not actually a CS major. Let's go with you're a business analytics major. I like to use non-traditional profiles too because Bentley Systems hire non-traditional profiles. What you'll show in your resume is that you'll actually place your education at the bottom if it didn't play a significant role in building your technical skills, but you'll list something else like your technical skills first, and then maybe you'll either switch it from project or professional experience. And you'll start to highlight technical skills or things that are more related to what a data analysis role would do. So you're a data analysis, you want to look for successful outcomes. You want to show that you're able to work collaboratively with many stakeholders because as a data analysis, you're working with the product team, the operations team, and they want to know that you have transferable skills to be able to engage with different teams and groups. Hopefully, I gave you guys enough knowledge there. I want to move to the next question. Let's do two more. I'm ready for
All
you,
right.
Josie.
2 more. What do I do when I run out of LinkedIn personalized invitations?
Did this a limit?
Yes. I think it's 5.
What, 5 a day?
5 a month, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, students,
Can I look
you
this
all
up? Give me
put it
one
in
second.
the chat.
Can someone put in the chat? Oh, it's 5 a month.
5 a month.
What I recommend is to put a suggestion in for LinkedIn and say, LinkedIn, I love your platform, but 5 a month for the recruiting season is not enough. I'm LinkedIn, just like myself, I'm a moderator on a game. They do take suggestions. There's no organization I've ever known of that do not take live feedback from a current colleague, past colleague, or a candidate. Let LinkedIn know to uncap that 5 a month and give a justification behind it. Your justification is this is a peak recruiting season. There's many employers are interested in.
Your justification is
Um,
also that you're a student.
yes. So my next tip though is since you have 5 a month is try to engage with them on Handshake or contact them through their email on the company website. Let's try to find someone with corporation that you guys. Let's do Microsoft early career programs. Microsoft is here today, so let's do them. Microsoft early career
Amy,
program.
can we see Way's computer screen again?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I just knew
Oh, look,
everybody was
the
wondering where
Explore
you were looking.
Microsoft program is
There
up.
you go.
So let's do this. I looked this up. This is the Microsoft Explorer program. And as you can see, they have program criteria, who can apply, applicant information. And this one you have used up your 5 LinkedIn connections. Look, there's a FAQ. What you'll do if this is the organization you want to work with or work for, since they don't have like a true contact team. Oh, Microsoft is nice. Look, they have hiring kits, programs. You can do Handshake. I can't log in Handshake because it would be the employer profile, not student. But look at Microsoft is hosting a virtual career fair. What will happen is sometimes they'll do like live chats or coffee chats, and you can reach them there. Although some people may not give you their direct email to contact them, it's a form of or a way to show your commitment to that organization if that's a target organization. Family system, we don't do virtual sessions. I target more of like social groups at the university level. So like women in tech, um, a form of like NSBE, so the National Society for Black Engineers, because there's like there's a Hispanic Latinx group. So I kind of go everywhere. I don't just restrict myself to that platform, but you can find so many things online. So say the Explore program is interesting to you. Look, they have hiring tips. Now look up Microsoft preferred resume. Let's see. It's just something should come up on Git. Um,
Have you ever used like ChatGPT to do something like that?
I don't recommend ChatGPT. I know Bentley Systems use Copilot. I know ChatGPT is robust, but you want to be over here. Look, Microsoft has writing resumes. So if an organization has tips for resumes, they can't knock you if your resume is following their template. And that's why I like to say, like, if you get rejected, the one thing you can always say in a funny term is, "I used your recommended template." But anyways, so as you can see, they want a chronological resume, functional resume. They'll go through about it. But I prefer you guys going through something on like GitHub. There's other professionals in the field who will post their resumes and things they found out inside and share that out. So you get some insider outsourced information.
All
All
right,
right,
we have
next question, Josie.
4 more minutes left, so this is our last question. Confused on what to do next after connecting on LinkedIn. The links for the job are publicly online, so it makes no sense to ask if they're available for a position. Is the goal to
Mhm.
get them to ask for my resume?
The goal is not for them to get your resume or get you the job. The goal is for you to build a genuine rapport with that person because through time that would naturally or organically happen. If I may be brutally honest, there's people that I would message on LinkedIn who became my good friend in real life. There are so many people out in the world who just, as long as your intent is to create a genuine rapport and then potentially have something organically happen for you, you want to go in with the right intent. Um, and you want to create something that, even though that person couldn't help you get an organization, even for myself, when I was interning, I got a job elsewhere and it opened my eyes to other things. So I didn't get the job I wanted it, but I got something that opened me up to then get something that long term, I wanted it. So just know that you want to create genuine rapport. And you do want to get, of course, to the point where you can share resume and get feedback, but you want to do it something that's more organic. Think
Great.
about dating apps. You already know what happens there. Hi, my name is Dot. I do this, Dot. What is real there? You'll get the same results. Do you want the same results? 150% unlikely. So you want to change how you're engaging with people. Same rules follow. Same different intent, but same rules follow. Let's do one more, Josie, and then I'll head out.
We don't have time for one more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's
but what I
okay.
want to say is that it is awesome to do a session with you.
Thank you.
For everybody
Thank
who
you.
thinks that way is absolutely amazing, I want you to put a clapping emoji in the screen or a heart. There we
That's
go.
really awesome.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like your session is so real and so live every single time, and it's just such a pleasure to spend time with you online.
Thank you.
And we wish you
Same
good luck in
way.
your degree. Woohoo. All right, so we have reached the end of our session. We'd like to thank Wei for the engaging presentation and discussion. Please drop your appreciation in the chat. And if you have a company booth, which they do, we encourage you to go visit them during the networking break. To close us out, we'll now go with a brief video from our host, Bobby V.
Thank you for joining us in this session. I got some information before you leave. It says, please take a moment to complete a brief survey to share your feedback. Remember how valuable feedback is. I'm trying to come back 3 years in a row, and it's all based on feedback, right? To see what comes up next, I want you to head back to the main stage and check out the schedule. See you soon in the next set of sessions.